everyone? Got another Kershaw knife for you guys today. Not a discontinued one this time, but this is a Blade HQ exclusive. This is the Kershaw Cryo, model number 1555G10D2, and there you can see it on the box as well. And I believe Kershaw's still making these for Blade HQ. I recently saw them get a batch. I was really excited to see them, and I wanted to get one since I was getting paid the next day, but they sold out that same day, unfortunately. But I was able to find this on eBay. They pop up every once in a while, very rarely, but they do show up, so if you want one, you can get one on there. Or wait for Blade HQ to restock, but like I said, they take a while to get a new batch. But these are worth it because I've been waiting for this knife for a long time, and knowing that they had one in D2, I was just waiting patiently to get it because I refused to buy it in 8CR13 MOV, knowing that they had this blade configuration. But this is a small to medium sized knife, so we'll do some quick comparisons so you can see where it fits. So here it is against the Kershaw Shield, which is another Hinderer design. And out of Hinderer's Kershaw designs, this one's actually my favorite. Here it is against the Benchmade Griptilian. This is the full size. So there you can see the Cryo is pretty smallish, not too small though. It's small to medium. I think it's in a pretty good size. And this is a tactical style, kind of everyday carry knife. That's what I would call it. Hinderer is known for his tactical designs, and this applies as well. We'll go over some quick specs. So as far as the overall length of the blade goes, it comes in at 6.5 inches. The blade length is 2.75 inches, while the blade stock is 0.12 inches in thickness. Handle length comes in at 3.8 inches, while the handle thickness is 0.41 inches. The Cryo has a nice weight at 3.67 ounces. The only problem is that the G10 is so light that it's really heavy on this side, so it kind of throws that balance off a little. But it does have this liner to kind of even out the distribution. The blade steel is D2, and there you can see it says D2. Unfortunately, these are not USA made. These are made in China. I would have liked to have seen these made here in the US, but either way, it's still a good knife. The fit and finish and everything is nice and solid. Their QC is good, and I see no problems with it. The blade itself is a drop point configuration, and it's got this nice swedge on it to give it a more aggressive look. The blade grind comes in at a hollow grind, and the finish is a stone wash, so really nice. The handle is G10, while this side is the stainless steel frame lock side, and then again has that stainless steel liner. The knife itself is a frame lock knife, and it's got a lock bar stabilizer with that over travel stop, and it is a speed safe assisted flipper knife, so comes out really quick, really nice, very easy to use one-handed, and very easy to close one-handed as well, so that's nice. The carry on the knife is tip up and tip down. Right now I have it in tip up, and that is for both right and left carry, which is great. And Hinderer also did the same on the Shield. I'm only wondering why he didn't use the Hinderer style clips that have this configuration with the pocket clip screws. And on this knife, I think that would have been cool if he kept that consistency. Plus, you can use his hardware on it as well if he had done that. The knife has dual thumb studs for ambidextrous use. So if you don't want to use a flipper, you can use the thumb studs. So you can do the middle finger flick or the thumb flick, whatever you prefer. So it's got that tri-way engagement. The knife has a lanyard hole, and it has jimping up here as well as on the blade. So it's got enough jimping, and this is milled in to give it a nice look. And these are kind of like a toothy feel kind of design, so it does help the thumb grip well. But I would note that after a while, if you're flipping it, your finger kind of drags against it, and it will kind of irritate the finger a little bit. As far as lockup goes, everything is really solid. Absolutely no play side to side, up and down. And lockup on the Tang comes in at about 40 to 45%, so really nice. The centering is pretty much perfect, looks good. And as far as ergonomics go, the Kershaw Cryo is what I would call a tactical EDC knife, so it has a Hinder's tactical style and purpose, but it's made and designed for everyday carry and usage. So the design of the knife and the ergonomics are pretty much straight to the point, with nothing being over the top or wasted. Hinder's designs have essentially trimmed all the fat, and it just leaves that raw and useful knife in the design. The same applies to the ergonomics. Everything is just very simple in its application, but also very well done. The handle feels really good in the hand. All the edges and corners are all rounded, chamfered, so there's no hot spots. And the bottom of the handle here, it just has that simple curved design that lets the first three fingers just sit in here naturally and comfortably while gripping the knife. And the flipper tab here creates that guard for your index to lock up against so that it feels secure. So while you're holding the knife, everything just feels really solid. And then the pinky has this small little area here on its own so that it can rest and add to that grip where it makes it feel natural. And especially being at the end of the handle, it just makes it feel secure. And the top of the handle also has essentially that same subtle curve that allows the handle to fit snugly against the palm. The handle fits firmly into your hand, and the thickness of the handle is pretty much perfect. It really hits that Goldilocks point where it's not too thin and not too thick. It's pretty much just right. So it allows you to feel completely secure and just comfortable while holding it. The only thing that would make this handle a little better is if it had another maybe half an inch at the end of the handle. That way it doesn't feel like it's coming up short. I mean, it's, my hand fits perfectly, but that extra half an inch wouldn't hurt at all. I could still get all four fingers under here, but a little bit more is not bad at all. And then the jimping on the knife also really helps the thumb just lock into place nicely, and it allows me to get more control and stability. As far as the knife goes, I think Hinderer did a great job designing the Cryo. I can definitely see why this design has been hugely popular for Kershaw. The knife is purposely built, and like I said, nothing is wasted. It's all, you know, perfect in its size, and it's not too small, not too big. It's suitable for the average person's hand, and the knife has a great blade to handle ratio. I'm very picky when it comes to that, so I think this knife fits the bill really nicely. The handle is big enough for that full grip, and then the blade is the right size to handle pretty much the majority of any tasks that you're going to need from a knife. Even as a tactical knife, if you were to use it for that application, this knife is going to be easily concealable, being that it's compact. I mean, this thing just fits in your hand very easily. You can easily hide this, put it somewhere. Nobody's going to see it. And with its weight and ease of use, it makes it very efficient for basic self-defense purposes. The Speed Safe Assist and Flipper tab make it easy to use, especially one-handed. And then with its frame lock construction, it also makes it just as easy. And it makes it highly reliable as far as the strength goes. That frame here, the lock bar cutout is thick, so it, like I said, it's solid. And then with the dual thumb studs and the 4-way carry option, this is the perfect ambidextrous knife. And with the mini deep carry pocket clip, it's just a nice added bonus. I really do like this clip. And here's how it would look in the pocket. And this slides in very easily. Rides low, so not much sticks out at all. And it comes out of the pocket just as easily, and it feels secure while it's in the pocket. Doesn't feel like it's gonna come out at all. But yeah, with the D2 blade, I can definitely see myself carrying this knife pretty often, since I know that this steel's gonna be tough and it's gonna be able to hold a nice edge. It's gonna hold a sharp edge as well. The Kershaw Cryo is highly reliable, and yet it's still highly affordable. So even for people who aren't knife people, who aren't collectors, and they just want something that's gonna work and gonna work well to get the job done, I think this is the perfect knife. I think this is a good knife to introduce somebody into the knife world. The Cryo is, it's definitely that knife for the everyday hardworking individual who just needs a knife that can keep up with them. So I would highly recommend the Kershaw Cryo, and I would encourage anybody who wants this knife to spend that extra 10-15 bucks for the D2 version. I think it's well worth the money, and even if you have to wait a little longer, it's again, it's just worth it. It might be a little more difficult to find, and it's gonna take longer to find it. You're gonna have to be patient. But in the end, this knife is definitely gonna make up for it because it's a great tool. It's a nice knife, and it's gonna pay for it in leaps and bounds from its use. So if you can find it, definitely go for it. This is a great knife by Kershaw. But that's all I got for today. So please leave a like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for more videos. And have a good one. Thanks, guys.